Hello, everybody. This is Conscious Connect, and this episode is more of a vlog style. I'm gonna talk to y'all about just I don't know, whatever comes to mind. This here is my baby. Her name is Kinsley Nance. Uh,
No, we're
she
not.
is she is how old are you, girl? You gotta talk to the camera.
Me? I'm 12.
You're not
Yeah,
12.
I'm 10.
All right, so I gotta ask you some questions. So, Kinsley, tell us about yourself.
Why?
I introduce her. She's the most amazing creative kid ever. She's a great artist. She does gymnastics. She can do all kind of backflips and other crazy athletic things. She worked very hard on that for a long time. How long have you been doing gymnastics?
6 years.
The mic too close to your mouth.
Six. 6 years.
Okay. How was it when you first started off? What was your first impressions of gymnastics? What did you think about it?
I didn't really care.
Okay. What made you start? Did I just put you in gymnastics one day? That's kind of how it started.
I was in soccer.
You was in soccer. You remember what happened with it?
I used to run off the field. I used to be so
You used to run off the field. So we used to play soccer when we lived in New York. We lived in upstate New York and it used to get really cold up there. But the soccer is kind of like in the fall time, so it's maybe about 50 degrees or something. We go to all the practices, we did the games and stuff, and halfway through the season, she walks off the field mid game. She was just out there kicking the ball, doing her thing, and she just walks out of the game. The coach asked her to come back in. She's like, no. Then she come over to me on the sideline, and she's like, I'm ready to go home. And that was it. She never played soccer again. Gymnastics is a lot better. Why did you do that, Kinsley?
mad. Because I was kind of mad that I didn't get to really do much. I wanted to.
They wouldn't pass you the ball, right?
No, I was mad.
So we switched to something that she can kind of do, like that doesn't involve really anybody else. I was thinking about tennis, but gymnastics. We ended up doing gymnastics and ended up being amazing. She started off um, just with the basics. It's kind of like it takes a lot of time and dedication. Like we go to practice like we should do about 4 hours a week, sometimes longer than that. It's a team sport still, but it's just these kids have to put a lot of effort into it because if you don't, it's a bit dangerous. We just finished our first season, and how was your first season?
It was okay. I am practicing to go to silver.
All right, yeah, she made the bronze team, and now we're practicing to go up to silver. We did a bunch of competitive meets. She had me driving all around the state, and her team they was kicking some ass, and they did real good. And so yeah, that was amazing. All right, so Kinsley, you've been doing gymnastics for a while now, and I watched you go from not being able to do a backflip or really hardly anything, not even paying attention in practice. I'm messing with you. To now you can do backflips, balance beam. You got a whole floor routine you do. The vault is just like all this amazing stuff. Now, I think I can still do all those things better, but you're doing pretty good. No, I'm just kidding. I can't keep up. I broke my.
Yeah, he almost hurt his back at the gym one time, and he deserved.
I always hurt my back at the gym, actually. Um,
That's why
so
you don't need to do gymnastics.
right. So, what advice do you have to maybe people starting off in gymnastics who don't have that much experience?
Uh, well, you just need to pay attention and practice.
That's it.
Practice makes perfect.
How do you do a back handspring?
I just do it.
Does it come natural?
Yeah, comes really natural. I'm making me a rock heart.
It's beautiful.
I know.
Okay. All right, big girl. Tell us your story.
Okay. So one time I was in my classroom during science. Wait, no, it was reading. So when I was in my class, Deshaun, he was just leaning back in his chair. And He was doing that. He looked like he was gonna fall. He looked like he was gonna fall, but he kept swinging, and then he finally fell back. And me and Giselle, we were just looking. He fell back on his back, and it really hurts. He looked like he broke his leg. His leg was stuck in between the chair. Yeah,
This sounds horrible. Is he okay?
yeah, he was all right.
Okay. All right. So I have a story to tell as well. This one is probably one of my favorite stories to tell in life. So
Not better
it's
than
about
mine.
my transition from ninth grade to 10th grade. So I've always struggled with like big transitions. So the beginning of middle school and the beginning of high school always just like rocked me to my core, as well as kindergarten. I started school when I was 4 because my birthday is like around the cutoff. So like I was always the youngest person in my class. So whenever I started high school, I'm like this 14-year-old in school with adults. They were like people like 19, 20. Like I couldn't recognize the seniors from the teachers. It was nuts. Anyway, big transition for
You were
me, and
14? Wait,
I,
what grade were you in?
now I honestly think, oh shit, I was 13 when I started high school. Actually,
So, what grade were you in?
ninth grade, and I turned 14 like a month later.
You were 13 and 14 in the ninth grade.
Yeah, I was 13 So anyway, big transition for me. Um, just learning like social norms, expectations, like even like dating, like everything was just like super crazy. Making friends, it
You
was like
couldn't
a.
make you couldn't make friends.
It's not that I couldn't make friends. I struggled with. I'm a bit neurodivergent, so I experienced the world, I guess, a little different than most people. I didn't know that at the time, but as far as making friends, it's like I don't know if they were my friends or did I just go to school with these people. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't call it a friend. Like the way I interact with my friends now. All right, so my big thing was I could never like penetrate the group. Like I don't. It was so weird. Like Anyway, that was ninth grade, right? And I got selected to go to this. It was this summer camp type deal called National Youth Leaders Conference. It was in Washington D.C. I don't know how I got selected or they sent out the invitation for me to do that. It was insane. Like it was for kids with like high GPAs, like kind of in that bucket of person. Like I was barely. I just wanted my grades to be good enough to play football. Honestly, so I always like. I would say I struggled with my grades. I never like really just cared that much. I just wanted to get by to next grade, and it all worked out. But anyway,
Okay, so I thought you said that you didn't really like how did you get selected? Because like
I have no idea. It was magic. It just popped up in the mailbox. So
what type of grades did you have?
shit, enough to pass. C's and D's, maybe
C's and D's.
maybe a B if I really liked it that class. It always depends on like my interest. That was early on in high school. Later on in high school, I learned that like that public education is something else. Like as long as you finish like the worksheets in my high school, they'll give you. I started getting A's because sometimes I like copy down library books word for word on
That's not
worksheets,
fair.
and they never read it. They grade the hell out of homework now. Shit. Um. Anyway, they wouldn't grade the work like this, so I started doing it. But anyway, what I'm saying is that summer changed my life. Let me tell you one thing. I All right, so Ken's walking around now. I'm boring her to death with my story. Check this out. And the summer camp was expensive as hell. Like I come from like really humble beginnings. We could not afford that. So it was kind of a long shot, but my parents really scraped together, saved up. They did raffles, took donations. We did a fish fry. We did yard sales, everything under the sun to raise their money to get me to the camp. They did it. And like at the time, like I didn't know why. Like it was like I don't know. I was kind of interested in, but it was something that they were like just really pushing. They were glad that I was invited. And I tell you what, like I said, I come from humble beginnings. I never really like when we traveled. It was like the family reunions, to see relatives out of town, and stay with them, like things of that nature. Like it was like shit, it's po pimping. You know what I'm saying? Like and like I love it. Like when you grow up like that, when people around you are the same way, you really don't realize how like tight things are in the household. You know what I'm saying? You just like grateful. Everybody's like happy. Um, but anyway, I go to this summer camp. My first impression, these kids are rich as hell. But it was in this super nice hotel, the nice hotel I ever stayed in at the time. They took us. We were there for like, man, 2 weeks maybe. It was a while. It felt like forever, but I met all these kids from all over the country. We had some foreign kids come in. They taught us about like government. They broke us up into groups. We went to see like meet like senators, representatives. We went to Capitol Hill, saw these fancy buildings like the nation capitol. We went in there, and some gentleman gave a speech for us. It was like all this stuff is blowing my mind to the point I couldn't even process. I felt like I was on TV. Um, and when we weren't doing like all the political stuff, they're taking us all around DC. They drop us off in big groups. I'm like 14. It was my first time flying. I flew there by myself. You know what I'm saying? My parents gave me like $100 in cash, the debit card. I didn't know how much money was on that card. They just told me don't overspend. It's for food. You know what I'm saying? Um, so that was amazing. We're going to like the mall. It's like all this stuff is crazy, and it's like I'm out the house. I'm by myself. I am 14, and I couldn't believe it. Met some real good friends there. I really don't talk to anybody, but I think I may be friends on socials with a couple of people from that trip. But I think it was probably life changing for all of us. But it was amazing. I come back from that trip, and I didn't even want to come home. I could have stayed there. I could have did that shit forever. Excuse my language. I usually don't curse as much. Um, and the way I was feeling is the world is such a bigger place than what I've experienced. Um, and I wanted to get out of Arkansas. I wanted to get out of Sherwood. And that's when I knew college was not for me. I was not my grades were like I was not going to try harder to make better grades. It wasn't a priority. I wanted to travel. That was my thing. I wanted to travel and do other stuff. So I knew I was joining the military. And I did end up going active duty for like about 8 years. I did 8 years in the Air Force, like after high school, but it changed me to my core and really, like, really fundamentally shaped who I am today. I get back to that trip, I'm riding this high, and my grandma had passed away. Um, like she was battling with cancer. Like I really didn't know what cancer was. I just thought she was like a little sick, but we were really close. And I'm riding this high, and then this happens. And I don't want to say I went from a high into a low. I went from a high into like a something else. Death affects families differently, but I would tell you that summer I became a man. 14 years old. It was like she passed away exactly a month before my 15th birthday, and like I was a grown up. Um, very independent. So, and when it came to like I was talking about like friendship and being accepted by the group, all that stuff was like out the window now. I didn't give a damn. I was doing me. Um, I was dressing a bit more boldly. I was doing art, graphic design. I was getting to all these things and hobbies that that I've always like. I don't know, like everything that interests me, I just dive headfirst into it. And like I think I had like a little baby fat at the time. I started working out just out the blue. I started just like running outside, lost some weight, had a growth spurt, and I was just doing me, and it just attracted the right people. That's when I realized like building your tribe is so important. The people that appreciate you for who you actually are. And I that still carries me today now, even sometimes, even with like my spiritual journey. That was like a transition. Finding my tribe there, like I've had to find people who are kind of like minded, you know what I'm saying? But um I say that to say, I don't know, it was just a good story to tell. It's something I want to tell my baby. And she's listening to me from a distance. She's over there playing with rocks and such. I bore her to death with my life talks, but she'll watch this one day. All right, now Kinsley is going to interview me. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. So, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
In 10 years, oh boy, I don't know if I'm still going to be in corporate or not. I do have my spiritual business. I'm a hypnotherapist. I do spiritual wellness coaching, and I also do mediumship. Now, my dream is to open up a wellness center in a couple years. It's gonna be like a crystal shop slash wellness center, and I tell you what, hopefully that business is thriving. I don't know if I'll be in corporate. The money is good in corporate, but the business is my calling. So in a perfect world, I do well in corporate, and it funds my wellness shop. And in 10 years from now, that's a long time for me to make a lot of progress. I bet you I'll be there. My shop is thriving. Um, I'm calling it the Crystal Palace. I'm gonna have a crystal shop. We're gonna do like crystals, stones, like things like sages, incense, things of this nature, like your typical spiritual gift shop. I'm also gonna have rooms for holistic, like spiritual wellness practitioners like myself. Like, there's really nowhere to go for you can go places for like Reiki, hypnotherapy, but like it's either like you're renting out a spot or like I do house calls. I don't really care to do house calls. I end up in so much, I don't want to say weird situations, but like I'm uncomfortable sometimes when I go place and do hypnotherapy for 5 hours straight, and like I don't know, I don't want to do no bad business, but I want like a spot for one for me to see my own clients. Um, Gonna do my own clients, and I'm gonna have rooms to rent out for people who want to see their clients. So you can rent it out long term, you can rent it out for the day. I don't know what case I'll have. I'm gonna be teaching classes, all my spiritual wellness classes, everything I talk about on Conscious Connect. I'll be actually having like classes people can come to. It'll be like kind of a social event. I'll have refreshments, things of that nature. It'll be an interactive experience for the group. I want like um, a place for yoga, yoga class throughout the day, sound bath meditations, group sound bath meditations, and don't get me started on group hypnotherapy plus sound baths. That's like, oh, that's my baby. That's something I'm working on right now. I got the hypnotherapy down. Um, but anyway, where will I be in 10 years? Focus on that more than likely and just expanding on what I've already built. Um, and in the meantime, this is like something I'm really an enthusiast of. I kind of want to travel. Hopefully, my YouTube is popping. I'm traveling. I'm showing my business and also visiting other wellness centers, other like wellness retreats, places what they do, what I do around the country, around the world. I'm going there. I'm interviewing people. I'm sharing my experience, and then in the meantime, I'm kind of like taking what they do and adding it to my own business and like just improving on what I got. And I'm kind of just in that lifestyle, and everything's beautiful. But that's just work. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, I'm traveling plenty, hanging out with my baby. Um, she'll be, I guess she'll be 20, 21 then. Still getting on my nerves, and it's all good. uh, and I don't know, man. Just living a good life. I hope I'm happy then. That's why I'll be in 10 years, happy, thriving, doing what I want to do, the way I want to do it. And yeah, that's why I see. Question number two, lay it on me.
Where do you see yourself? Where do you see me in 10 years?
In 10 years, well, hopefully you're still hanging out with your dad, like right now.
No,
I don't know if you're still gonna think I'm cool then.
no. I don't think you're cool right now.
Yes, you do. Um, spending plenty of time with me still. We're gonna travel, but at the end of the day, you're gonna have your own life, doing your own things, driving your own car, and you'll be well out of high school by then. I don't know if you're going to college, big girl.
Yes, I am. Y'all already paid for it.
Okay, college is paid for. So maybe you'll be out of that. Like, I don't know what you'll be doing career wise. I hope you're happy. I know you'll be happy. I know you'll be thriving in whatever it is, and know that you always have my support and whatever you want to do. So happy and well taken care of, and probably a spoiled brat. That's why I see you in 10 years.
Hey.
Final question, number three. Go ahead.
What is Conscious Connect?
Conscious Connect is a lot of things. It's essentially my business, my private business. I did say I'm gonna have like a wellness shop. This is kind of integrated into that. it's a show now. It is ultimately my purpose is free energy um for everybody. And I don't know. It's kind of it's hard to categorize it. It's gonna be a lot of stuff. It's gonna be a book, a TV show, a documentary, um, all sorts of things. But for right now, um, it's something I like to do. How about that?
Yay! And I have this cool rock, and I connect it onto my microphone.
Amazing.
I feel like the microphone's too close to me.
Sometimes. Do you have anything else you want to say before we finish?
No.
How was your day? What did you do? What did we do today?
So today I went to the trampoline park with my friend and her sister. Her name is Aubrielle, and y'all need to go like to her channel. Mhm. The name of it is Alistair on Pause. So yeah,
Did y'all have fun?
yes, we did have fun. And then we went to go eat Sonic. We played at the playground. It was really fun.
Nice.
Yeah, I like this rock. It's really cool.
Mhm.
You need to do that.
All right, that's all I got, y'all. Till
Bye.
next time. Peace.